Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. Yet another reminder about how dangerously hot it is outside. Another hot car incident has claimed a life, this time the life of a police dog.
Officials in Cherokee County, Georgia say K-9 officer Inca died after being left inside a patrol officer's car for an hour and a half Friday afternoon. The Belgian Malinois was 4 years old. It's not known yet if charges are going to be filed against the dog's handler. And yeah, we drive home that message over and over again, that it's a change up in routine. It sounds like that might have been the case here too, but you have to pay attention to your life, and what you're doing.
Yeah, and we talked about it yesterday, being outside in the hot car. You got pets and people you have to concern yourselves with, because the car heats up awfully quickly. I mean, take a look at this. Just an hour in even just 70-degree weather inside your car, it's 113 degrees. Again, the warmer it is outside, the warmer it gets inside. 80 degrees outside, 123 inside in just 60 minutes. If it's 90 outside, which will be for 150 million people today, in 1 hour, your locked up car, 133 degrees, 100 degrees outside, 143 in just 1 hour. And here's the key. It might be 80 degrees to start with. In just the first 20 minutes, inside the temperature goes up 29 degrees in just 20 minutes, again an hour, all the way to 123 degrees. And by the way, to lessen the severity of the heat, you can put the sun screen up in your front windshield, as well as even tint on the windows. It delays how hot it gets inside, as well as the color of your car has a difference in how quickly it does heat up inside.
Oh, but it's not an option, right? It's never a quick errand, so definitely keep that in mind on days like today and in the next week. Well, that hot weather could have a significant impact on how and where we spend our time and our money.
Here to talk about this and the potential economic impacts of this early June heat wave. Let's call it a heat wave, all right? That is weather company business and weather analyst Paul Walsh. Thanks for joining us this morning. So, Paul, let's get right to it. How do heat waves impact the economy?
Well, because when you have a heat wave, it typically affects a large amount of people for a long period of time. So millions of people that are using energy differently, they're having to spend more money to cool their homes. You mentioned this earlier, there's tremendous health impacts as it relates to heat, affecting millions of people. In fact, almost 700 people a year die from heat-related injuries. Agriculture is going to be heavily impacted, and also retail spending and where we spend our time and money is going to be directly impacted by this long-lasting heat wave.
All right, so do you think we'll see an economic impact from this event?
I think we certainly will in this middle part of the country. There'll be regional impacts, but it depends on really how long-lasting this event is. It looks like it may be pretty robust, so we actually may see some impacts across the entire economy, and that'll probably really be the case for the entire summer as well.
Let's talk about that. How do you see this summer going? A lot of heat waves in store for us?
Well, the weather company's official summer forecast that was out probably a month ago or so is we're expecting that this is going to be the hottest summer since 2012. And really, we've had a couple of summers across the heavily populated areas in the Midwest and the Northeast that have been relatively seasonal, maybe even a bit cooler than seasonal. So this was going to be the first year in a couple of years that a large portion of the country has seen real heat.
All right, so that's a look at the consumer behavior. How about the business owners? How do they plan for something like this time of year?
Well, both businesses and governments are using weather data to really, and analytics really, to really understand historically what has happened and then use that knowledge to better prepare for the effects of these kind of heat waves. So that's something that's ongoing, and really is something that businesses and governments, especially cities, are looking at, because with climate change, we expect that these kind of events are going to be happening more frequently and likely more intensely.
All right, Paul Walsh, the weather company business and weather analyst. Thank you so much for the insight and joining us this morning. Another impact, too, we have agriculture.